This mysterious story happened in 16th century Poland. A little girl went for a walk with a friend in medieval Warsaw and never came home. The city is peaceful, there's no war, and all the maniacs were hanged yesterday in the market square. Mom wasn't worried, but Agnieszka didn't come home for hours so, and together with the maid, the mother rushed to look for her. They found the children in the cellar of an abandoned house built on a primitive Slavic sanctuary. The girls had turned into stone statues, and when the mother rushed to them, the maid testified that she was instantly petrified and collapsed. Rumors immediately spread around the city that a certain Slavic monster, Basilisk, had risen from the pagan dungeons and was killing passers-by with his gaze. So who is this Basilisk, and did he really exist? The myth of Basilisk originates from tales of a poisonous snake, which was considered sacred in Egypt. Historians believe that it is depicted on the headdress of Tutankhamun. Presumably, it was a viper with light spots or small protrusions, horns, on the head. Such a peculiar decoration resembled a diadem, for which the reptile and received its name. Basilisk in translation from ancient Greek, Sarik. The creature was first described by Pliny the Elder. Mentions of this creature are found in many ancient documents, including the first translations of the Bible. Over the centuries, the idea of the basilisk has changed greatly. In the Middle Ages, there is a description of not a simple horned viper, but a creature with the body of a dragon and the head of a rooster. The picture is completed by bulging toad eyes and bat-like wings. The habitat of basilisk, it was believed, were deserts. Actually, where this beast appeared, all living things disappeared. Therefore, basilisks did not settle in deserts, they created them. According to another version, these creatures like damp swampy areas, but settle even in wine cellars. That's how the two girls in Poland from the story at the beginning of the video died. That's where the encounter with the basilisk took place. In the Bible, the basilisk is associated with the devil and its deadly venom with envy. According to ancient myths, the monster was born from the egg of the ibis bird. In the north of Europe and Russia believe that it is carried by a rooster and incubates a huge toad. Moreover, the egg must necessarily mature on manure. Despite this origin, basilisks cannot tolerate the rooster's cry, so they lead a nocturnal lifestyle. Intolerable for them is, in close proximity to the unicorn, the embodiment of purity and innocence. The image of the basilisk absorbed medieval ideas about all the most terrible, vicious, and vile. This monster kills with a single look. Anyone it looks at turns to stone. There is a clear connection with the myth of Medusa Gorgon. Basilisks not only turned people and animals into stones, but also fed on these same stones. That is why the theory arose that the basilisk appeared from the blood of the slain Medusa Gorgon, who also turned all living things into stones with a glance. This rooster serpent is almost invincible because of its venomous nature. If you stab a basilisk with a spear, the venomous blood that sprays out will dissolve you into molecules. He could die from his own reflection in a mirror. In the Middle Ages, it was believed that only one living creature was not afraid of the basilisk, a weasel or ferret, which can kill the beast even by its own odor. The Romans found that the basilisk hates roosters so much that it dies from their smell or touch. In the Middle Ages, it was also believed that in order to avoid death from the eyes of the basilisk, it was necessary to look at him from under a transparent glass vessel. What is behind this myth? Actually, in the description of the monster and lurks the clue. North Africa is swarming with snakes. There are cobras, spitting out venom at a decent distance, and when hit the victim paralyzes for further leisurely eating snake. The victim seems to stiffen, hence the myth of the basilisk. With a rooster is certainly difficult. Scientists could not explain the presence of a rooster in the myth. But maybe it's true. The instructions for raising the beast at home have reached us. The first thing to do is to wait for the rooster to lay an egg. Somewhere it is indicated that the bird must be black in color. Somewhere it is written that it happens once in 100 years. Further, the evidence diverges. Some sources say that the egg must be laid by a toad. If you don't have an amphibian on hand, that's okay. There are other options. But again, not everything is unambiguous. According to one version, the egg in his armpit should be carried by a sorcerer. In another, an innocent girl. It was believed that the one who could bear a basilisk would become its master. The beast would protect the man, extract gold for him, and do other nice things. If it was interesting, subscribe to our channel. Put a like and write in the comments about which mythical creature you want to learn more. And remember, turning into a stone, You do not know whether your soul will remain in it forever or can still find peace. Therefore, we do not advise you to experiment and grow a basilisk at home. It is better to get a furry pet.